In engineering mechanics, the concept of force systems plays a central role in understanding how structures behave under different loads. Before studying force systems in detail, it is important to clearly understand what a force is and how it acts on a body. A force can be defined as any interaction that tends to change the state of rest or motion of a body. It can cause an object to move, stop, accelerate, or change its direction. In addition to affecting motion, force can also cause deformation, which means a change in the shape or size of a body. A force is a vector quantity, which means it has both magnitude and direction. To completely describe a force, we must specify its magnitude, its direction, its line of action, and its point of application. In real-world engineering problems, forces rarely act alone. Instead, multiple forces act simultaneously on a body, and this collection of forces is known as a force system. Understanding different types of forces is essential to analyze these systems properly. Forces can be classified in several ways, depending on their nature and how they act. One common classification is based on whether the force is a contact force or a non-contact force. Contact forces act when two bodies are physically in contact, such as friction, normal reaction, and tension. Non-contact forces act without physical contact, such as gravitational force, magnetic force, and electrostatic force. Another important classification is based on how forces are distributed. A concentrated force acts at a single point, while a distributed force acts over a length, area, or volume. In civil engineering, distributed loads are very common, such as loads acting on beams due to weight or pressure. When analyzing force systems, one important category is the coplanar force system. A coplanar force system is one in which all the forces lie in the same plane. This type of system is very common in two-dimensional problems, such as forces acting on beams, trusses, and frames in a single plane. Because all forces are in the same plane, the analysis becomes simpler and can be performed using two-dimensional coordinate systems. Within coplanar force systems, forces can be further classified based on their lines of action. One important type is the concurrent force system. In a concurrent force system, all the forces intersect at a single point. This means their lines of action meet at one common point. A typical example is forces acting at a joint in a truss structure, where multiple members meet. In such systems, the analysis is relatively straightforward, because we can apply the conditions of equilibrium at that single point. On the other hand, in a non-concurrent force system, the lines of action of the forces do not intersect at a single point. These forces may be parallel, intersecting at different points, or completely unrelated in direction. Non-concurrent systems are more complex because they can cause both translation and rotation of a body. In such cases, we must consider not only the balance of forces, but also the balance of moments to ensure equilibrium. Understanding the difference between concurrent and non-concurrent forces is essential for solving engineering problems accurately. In concurrent systems, equilibrium is achieved when the vector sum of all forces is zero. In non-concurrent systems, equilibrium requires both the sum of forces and the sum of moments about any point to be zero. In summary, a force is a vector quantity that can change the motion or shape of a body, and a force system is a combination of forces acting together. Forces can be classified in different ways, including contact and non-contact forces, as well as concentrated and distributed forces. Coplanar force systems involve forces acting in the same plane, and within these systems, forces may be concurrent or non-concurrent depending on whether their lines of action intersect at a single point. A clear understanding of these concepts is fundamental for analyzing structures and solving problems in engineering mechanics.